Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Today we bring you the story of a woman born into wrestling royalty, yet determined to carve out her own legacy. A woman who has battled pressure, heartbreak, triumph, and history to become one of the greatest performers of her generation. A woman whose journey proves that greatness is not just inherited, but earned with grit, resilience, and passion. This is the story of Ashley Elizabeth Flair, known to the world as Charlotte Flair. Stay with us until the end, because this is more than the story of a wrestler. It is the story of a fighter, a daughter, a champion, and a trailblazer. Charlotte Flair was born on April 5, 1986, in Charlotte, North Carolina, the daughter of the legendary Ric Flair. To the wrestling world, Ric was the nature boy, a 16-time world champion, an icon of style, charisma, and dominance. To Ashley, he was Dad. Growing up in the shadow of a father who defined wrestling history was never easy. The pressure was immense. The expectations were heavy. Everyone assumed that if you were Ric Flair's daughter, you would either fail under the weight of his legacy or try to live off his name. Ashley would prove everyone wrong. Before she ever stepped into a wrestling ring, Charlotte was an athlete. She excelled in volleyball, earning state championships and a full scholarship to Appalachian State University. She later transferred to State, proving her determination on and off the court. Athleticism came naturally to her, but more than that, competitiveness fueled her spirit. She wasn't satisfied with good enough. She wanted to win, to dominate, to rise above. But life wasn't always easy for Charlotte. Her family faced personal struggles, public scandals, and heartbreaks that played out under the eyes of the world. In 2013, her younger brother Reid Flair tragically passed away at just 25 years old. For Charlotte, this loss was devastating. Reid had dreamed of making it big in wrestling, and his absence left a hole in her heart. But it also gave her new purpose. She decided to step into the world her father and brother loved, not just to honor the family name, but to make her own mark. Charlotte signed with WWE in 2012, reporting to the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. At first, fans and critics were skeptical. They assumed she was just Ric Flair's daughter, given a spot because of her bloodline. But it didn't take long for everyone to realize Charlotte Flair was different. She had the athleticism, the intensity, the drive, and she was willing to outwork anyone to prove she belonged. Her early years in NXT showed flashes of brilliance. She trained under the guidance of legends and alongside other women who would go on to change wrestling forever, like Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. Together, they would redefine what it meant to be a woman in WWE. No longer were female wrestlers presented as sideshows or divas. They were athletes, performers, and main eventers. And Charlotte Flair was at the heart of that revolution. In 2014, Charlotte captured the NXT Women's Championship, defeating Natalya in a match many still consider one of the greatest women's matches in WWE history. It was more than a victory. It was a statement. Charlotte Flair wasn't here because of her father. She was here because she was one of the best. Her call up to the WWE main roster in 2015 marked the beginning of a new era. Alongside Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, Charlotte became part of the women's revolution. WWE was no longer limiting women to 5-minute matches or filler storylines. They were giving them the stage, and Charlotte seized it with both hands. She quickly won the Divas Championship, then became the first to hold the new WWE Women's Championship when the division was rebranded. Her reigns would pile up, one after another, as she battled the very best in unforgettable matches. Charlotte's style was a perfect blend of athletic grace and ruthless aggression. She was tall, powerful, and elegant in the ring. Her moonsaults off the top rope, her technical precision, and her signature figure-8 submission made her nearly unstoppable. Every match she delivered felt like a big fight because Charlotte Flair carried herself like a big fight athlete. But Charlotte's journey wasn't just about victories. It was about breaking barriers. She became one of the first women to main event pay-per-views, and in 2019, she made history as part of the first women's main event in WrestleMania history, alongside Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. It was a moment that fans had dreamed of for years, and Charlotte Flair helped make it real. Through triumphs, rivalries, and reinventions, Charlotte proved herself time and again. Whether she was cheered as a hero or booed as a villain, she commanded attention. She carried the Flair name with pride, but also with individuality. She wasn't just Ric's daughter anymore. She was Charlotte, the Queen of WWE. Her journey also reflects resilience outside the ring. Charlotte has faced surgeries, setbacks, and critics, but she has always returned stronger. Her love for her brother Reid continues to inspire her. Every time she steps into the ring, she carries him with her, turning her grief into fuel for greatness. Now, as part of the SmackDown brand and a reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champion alongside Alexa Bliss, Charlotte continues to evolve. She isn't satisfied with what she has already done. She is focused on what comes next, on creating moments that will outlive her career, just as her father did before her. What makes Charlotte Flair's story so powerful is that it isn't just about wrestling. It's about legacy. It's about the weight of expectation, the sting of loss, and the courage to rise above it all. She proves that greatness isn't just handed down through a last name. It is built, step by step, through work, through sacrifice, and through an unbreakable will. So when we look at Charlotte Flair, we don't just see the daughter of Ric Flair. We see a woman who turned pain into purpose, who fought through doubt, who carried the women's division on her shoulders, and who continues to inspire a new generation of wrestlers and fans. She is a champion, a leader, and above all, a fighter. This has been the story of Charlotte Flair, told here on Nation of Glory. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Together, let's keep celebrating the stories of the legends, the fighters, and the dreamers who remind us of what it means to chase greatness. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.